essentially, by storing it for a period of time and dewatering it, it allows two things. One is that the silt is then much easier to handle and take to its final destination. And the second thing is it separates the dredging activity, which is urgent, from the ultimate destination of the material.
And this is up in the mines.
That's right. Yeah, there'll be a separate plan application for that up at Crossvane in due course. The initial work to put the environmental impact assessment for that, what we call phase 1B, is being done at the moment. But this particular application is all about taking the silt out of the marina, transporting it to the fields at the back of the power station, and then storing it over for a period of time during which it will dewater in a controlled manner and then be transshipped to its ultimate destination.
Now, we've seen this or a similar planning application before, so why does this come about again?
So the original application went in just before Christmas, and as is the way with planning processes, it's open for representations from anybody who wishes to write in, and also there are various statutory bodies and interest groups who are either automatically consulted or choose to write in. So there's a range of different parties who've put responses into the original application, and the project team has looked at those responses and
accepted some of them and put them in.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've got a team working with us who are specialists in this area. We've got to make sure that what we're doing is appropriate for the local context, and some of it is very, very, very fine detail. So, for example, there was some pipes that are going to be there for a period of time. The original plan was to lay them inside the River Neb. The fisheries representation said we'd rather not do that. So we've looked at that and said, okay, how can we deal with that? So it's the planning process at work, taking feedback and then allowing you to modify what you wish to do. So because the changes are significant enough to need to be brought to people's attention, then it's effectively re-advertised and it goes through the 21-day statutory consultation process again, and it'll either confirm to stakeholders that the revised plans now satisfy what they responded to, or they will then say no, we still don't agree with this, and therefore I guess it will be either an objection or a request for a planning condition.
Don't you have a conflict of interest here, because you're, with your infrastructure being charged with looking after the marina, but you're also chair of the planning committee, so there's a conflict there, isn't there?
There would be if I tried to play both roles in this application, and clearly I'm not going to do that. You're absolutely right. I'm in a DOI with ports responsibility. I'm also in DEFA with both responsibility for the planning directorate and chair the planning committee. This issue comes about with any DOI application. So
you have to step aside on the planning side, is that right?
Absolutely. Just hand the chair over to one of the other members, and I absent myself from that, go out of the room, and I come back in whenever it's determined. So the Douglas Promenade application, the Laxey flood prevention work, any DOI application I don't take part in. Sometimes I've had an involvement, as I have with this particular project. Most times I haven't, but it's the perception. So the test is, do I have a real conflict of interest, which I would argue I do in this case, or do I have a perceived conflict of interest, which is equally damaging? And if I've got any doubt, I just declare an interest and absent myself from it.